This is ACT task 22, and in this task you want to print out the operational report that compares the accommodated materials that were approved, authorized, with what you will be receiving, because you want to compare that to make sure that you are receiving all of the accommodated materials that you are supposed to receive for the students that need accommodations and or supports. To get this operational report, you're going to go to PA Next. Make sure you're at ACT Spring 2021, and I'm going to go ahead and use Bel Air High School. And where you see reports right here, click on reports. Then you're going to click on operational reports. And then next thing you're going to do is click on students and registrations. Then this is going to show up. You want to click on the one that says accommodations and support roster. Now, if you downloaded anything previously, you're going to see information about when you downloaded it. So I downloaded a report a few minutes ago, and some of you may have downloaded a report a week ago. If it's that long, or even a couple of days, things could have changed since then. So you may want to request a report refresh. So if you download reports, if you click on this, it's going to give you that same report you did previously. So let's just go ahead and just request report refresh. Scroll down, then you're going to refresh report. And it's going to take a few minutes, it says, but it doesn't take that long. If after maybe a minute or so this doesn't change, see what it says, those little round arrows or curved arrows, just click on that to refresh. But let's just see what happens. Hopefully it'll change within a minute or so. Okay, so it's been about a couple of minutes and this did not change. So I'm going to go ahead and use those little arrows right here to refresh. And so now something's been downloaded at 2:17, which is today, February 17th, and at 10:39 a.m. So I'm going to go ahead and click download. It's going to download down here. You'll see where you see a spreadsheet, accommodations. Okay, now when you open that spreadsheet, it's going to have all the information for that student. You're going to see, and I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to go ahead and pull this over. Now what I did was I took the spreadsheet and I blurred out the important information. So you'll notice that on your spreadsheet, you're going to have the student code, the last name, first name, the date of birth, and remember you have to expand this to get the date of birth. The delivery's paper, the test name, the TAA PIN number, and the timing code. So notice that for this school, there's a lot of timing code 6. They do have a large amount of ELL population. Notice though, for that timing code 6, there are other approvals here. So notice, and you would have to expand this to get all the information. So this particular student has a word-to-word dictionary. And it could be that the others also, you just got to expand this. If you look further down right here where it says timing code 3, that's pre-recorded audio, so it's an audio kit. Just make sure you're going through all of this, and this school has a lot of accommodations, that you are receiving all of the accommodations that you need. So make sure that you look at this operational report, compare that with the materials that you received and will be receiving to make sure that you have enough materials for these students. Because remember, ACT does not send you extra materials of the accommodations. Whatever the students were approved of, that was linked in PA Next. Remember, you had to go and link the TA PIN numbers to make sure they were linked. That's what you'll be getting. Okay, now, okay, so once you print this report into a spreadsheet, and once you've compared that with however many accommodated materials you received or will be receiving, you also need to do this just to be on the safe side. I'm going to go ahead and move this over. I need for you to go and check your materials order. And here's why. So let's do this. So I'm going to go back to home. Well, let's just go to let's go back to home. Go back to home. Then what you need to do is you're going to go to setup. So let's go to setup. You're going to click on organization. Click on organizations. Then your school shows up right here. Click on the little box next to your school. Then go to start and let's do all tasks. When you do all tasks, I need for you to go to edit enrollment counts. So edit enrollment counts and see where it says accommodation formats. Click on that little plus symbol. And right now, ACT is sending 22. You see that little hyperlink? 22 accommodation test booklets and 11 audio kits. I would imagine those accommodation test booklets for that school would be mostly for the ELL students because that school did have a lot. And there were 11 audio kits. If you click, I'm not going to do it because the name's going to show up, but if you click on this hyperlink, you're going to see the list of students in PA Next that ACT is sending accommodation test booklets for, and if you click on this, you will see the list of students that ACT is sending audio kits for. So there are 32 altogether at this point. You need to compare the names that are here with the names that are in this operational report to make sure it matches. If it doesn't match, it could be that you did not link the TA PIN number in PA Next. If you did all that you were supposed to have done and it does not match, then you need to make sure you call accommodation supports to make sure that you are getting the materials you need. Okay, so there are a couple of things I've wanted you to do here to make sure that you are verifying that you are getting all the accommodation materials and or support materials that you need. So operational reports, and then in the operational reports you need to look at your spreadsheet. Okay, make sure you look at the timing code. Remember, one other thing is that you cannot mix timing codes. So do not mix timing code 3 with timing code 6. You know that you've been doing this for several years now. And then look at the other approvals. So expand this tab to get all these other approvals that ACT approved or authorized. Okay, so I'm going to move this over. And then the other thing I want you to do is to go to Edit Enrollment Counts and then click on the hyperlink to see the list of students for which ACT has sent or will send accommodation books and audio kits for. Now, if you go to also standard time testing and notice that ACT is sending 145 standard time, well, let me rephrase it. ACT is sending 146 total books. So it looks like there's 145 names of students that are getting standard time material. They're sending an extra one. You may want to go and order some extra standard time materials if you need to. You cannot order accommodation booklets. That has to be authorized by ACT. But you can order extra standard time books if you feel you may get new students between now and time of testing. All right, so hopefully this helps you with task 22. Have a great day.